Hey, how's it going, guys? It's your boy Kingdom back with another video. Today, I was gonna do an Atlanta Phase breakdown and predict their 2020 season, but I'm gonna save that for Monday because I watched the campaign today. And if you didn't watch it, you need to go to the Call of Duty League channel right now or follow the link in my description. I'll put a link in the description for the video. It was epic and amazing, and it's a series of videos that are going to be done featuring the Chicago Huntsmen as we head towards launch Call of Duty League launch weekend in a few weeks in Minnesota. And the first thing I want to say about this content is wow. I mean, I am looking forward to what how Call of Duty, how far have we come? You know what I'm saying? Like, how far has Call of Duty come from looking at videos from people's iPhones and just we have come so far. And the content itself was amazing. It was amazing. But I want to talk about some of what was said. I want to read some quotes and and I'm not going to take sound bites out of context. And if I do, one of these two guys on the screen will tell me that I have, or some of you guys will in the comments, I'm sure. But I also want to know your opinion on this team and some of the stuff that was said. So I'm gonna extrapolate some of the things that were said in the video and kind of just give my take and my feedback on it. So one of the first things that hit me was Hector like opens the video and says, "I know that this is going to be a fight, and I'm ready for it." And I just like that just gets me excited to see this season of Call of Duty. Like people are not as excited about this game as they have been about other games in the past, but I don't think I've ever anticipated a season of Call of Duty like I'm anticipating this first franchise season, and the rivalries and the breaking up of the dynasty and where all the players went and just all of the different rosters. I mean, this is going I am looking forward to it, and it is going to be a fight. Hector is right. He's got a fight on his hands, and I think that him and his team are doing the best they can to prepare for that fight. Whether it's we're going to put out the best content or we're going to win the most championships. Whatever the fight is, these two guys on the screen are putting their heads together. And the reason I wanted to make sure they were on behind me as I talked about this is because what I noticed in this whole video is it's like half of it was Hector and the other half was Scump. These two guys are the brains. They're the two juggernauts that have created the Chicago Huntsmen. And what we see this year is going to be a result of their vision and their work and their effort. And I am excited to see all of the fighting that's going to go on at these tournaments that happen this year. Something that the narrator said in the video, he said, "Wherever Hector goes, trophies follow." Okay, well, Hector has never gone anywhere. And the reason I want to highlight that is because this is unique what we have right now. We have Hector Rodriguez without Optic Gaming on, without a green wall, without the brand and the logo that he built. And it's amazing to see how much hate Optic is getting. And I wonder how Hector feels about it. You know, I'm sure he loves that people are cheering for the Huntsmen and buying all their stuff and buying all their tickets and following all their streams. But I wonder how he feels about the hate that the brand that he built with his bare hands is getting hated on. I watched a video today that I thought was a really good video on the Optic Gaming channel about Slasher, but half of it was dislikes and the other half was likes. It was like half and half because people just, dislike bomb the video. They probably still even watched it, but they're never going to say, "Oh, I like it and it was good," And so I wonder how Hector feels about that. And we're going to get to see this year if trophies follow Hector Rodriguez. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Something that Heck said that I don't want to say I'm critical about, but he said, that he believes this is the most talented team he's ever had. I disagree. And I also agree. I agree that as an owner, you're never going to say, "Well, this is an okay team. This is one of the best teams. This is a so-so team." I mean, number one, this team is ridiculous. This team is awesome. This is easily hands down one of the top three teams in the game. And Scump even kind of alludes to that fact that they're not the clear number one in the video. But the best team that Hector Rodriguez has ever had is the best team that we're ever going to see. And that is the four players that had the best dynasty in Call of Duty esports history. One of them is on the screen right now. Another one of them is playing with the guy that's on the screen right now. But Formal, Damon, Ian, and Scump, They did something that we're never ever going to see it done. In the same way that no one is ever going to pull off two three-peats like Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen did. Nobody's going to do that. It's just not going to happen. We're not going to see that. Now, would it be amazing and awesome if the Huntsmen won, like, let's say, even half of the championships this year? Yeah, it would be epic. It's not something that I'm actually anticipating, but this is a very talented roster. And I believe that in competitive esports, it's 50% skill and 50% will. Teams without will, they can be as skilled as they want. You look back at the teams that Aches had that beat Optic at champs each year, and you would always say the Optic team was more skilled. How did Aches win? His will. This dude has one of the, what did he call it? Delusional confidence. This dude has a will that is unmatched in Call of Duty esports, honestly. Like, and that's why Aches is still playing. But I do believe that Seth Abner's will this year is something that maybe people don't want to mess with. I think we're going to see a scump this year that we haven't seen yet. I think he's going to pull like a LeBron James and have one of his best seasons towards the end of his career. And so we'll see how it goes. I'm not saying that this isn't a talented team. I'm saying that the best and most talented team that he's ever managed is the one that we saw that broke up that Seth was a part of. Something that Hector stated his vision in the video. He said that his vision is to become the most followed and entertaining team, the most entertaining team to watch in competitive Call of Duty. Done. Done. This campaign, done. Seth's informal streams, done. Like, it's amazing to me because Hector also said that people are looking at him and they're hoping to see it, looking to see if he's going to be able to rebuild what he built at Optic. I don't think so. One thing I learned when Hector Rodriguez left Optic Gaming is that Optic Gaming is Hector. And I am in no way, shape, or form likening myself to Hex, but one of the lessons I learned when I left the Sticks is that the Sticks was Kingdom Soldier. Like, the show couldn't go on without me. And it's not anything bad to say about the other people that were on it. It's just the truth. We all talked about it behind the scenes. And Optic Gaming without Hector is not Optic Gaming. It's something else. It's something different. They should have changed the name or something like that. It's just a different brand. I wish the brand, almost like when you retire jerseys in the NBA, I wish the brand of Optic Gaming would have retired like when Optic Hex retired. That would have been beneficial. But they're gonna Optic Gaming is they're doing their best to be a likable team, but they're gonna keep getting hate from Huntsman fans and people that maybe even went over to the Dallas Empire that followed Krim or Clay or something. But it's really unfortunate. But I don't believe I'm not looking at Hex to build anything. I'm looking at Hex, to be one of the hardest working men I've ever seen in my life. Me and him are the exact same age. We're born in the same year. I think he's like 2 months older than me. And this dude is nothing but an inspiration for me. And I'm not just talking about how this dude runs his teams. I'm talking about how he runs his business, how he treats himself, his grind on YouTube, and the way that he treats and loves his family and makes time for everything and his team and creates this family atmosphere. If you want to look at good leadership in Call of Duty, look no further than Hector Rodriguez. And so I'm excited to see how he makes that vision become a reality. But there's no doubt in my mind that this will be the most entertaining team to watch and that they're going to be the most followed team in competitive Call of Duty. So the video kind of shifted from Hector to Scump. And when the video shifted to Scump, the first thing that Scump addresses is the fall of the Optic dynasty. And he was very clear. He just said, when we started losing, we were winning for so long. When we started losing, egos got in the way and things just collapsed. And the only question I kind of have for this team is one of the things that I'll say when I do my analysis and predictions for them for the 2020 season is what happens to this team when if I'm not saying when, if they start losing, if they get seventh, eighth at a tournament. Now that I know it's not really possible in any of our minds, but some of the placements that we saw the Call of Duty team have the year before they won champs was not possible in some of our minds. Like we wouldn't have ever seen them placing that way. So if they have some poor placements, and for this team, for Seth, a poor placement is second. Back in the day, I remember I made a video saying that I believe that Scump was going to leave Optic Gaming if Nadeshot didn't leave Optic Gaming. And I got flamed for it. And guess what happened like a few weeks later? Seth went to Envy. And then he went back. But he did leave. Why? I said it in my video. Because he's a winner. During years when Scump doesn't like the game, he doesn't play the game. He doesn't stream the game. He doesn't make YouTube content about the game. He just wants to win. This dude is a winner. He is a winner first and a competitor first and a content creator second. And that takes a back seat to him wanting to win. So what is going to happen when this team doesn't win 2 or 3 times in a row? What's going to happen? And that's my only question. And I'm not saying something bad is going to happen, but I just wonder what's going to happen to this team. Something that was said in the video is they said that many people consider Scump the GOAT after 9 years playing and pretty much in almost every single year being considered easily one of the top 5, top 10 players. Top 10 is easy, but one of the top 5 players on the sticks. Many years he was top 3, and he's one of the most consistent players that we've ever seen. And people call him the GOAT. A lot of people call him the GOAT. And I love what Scump said. He said, I've had some off years. So I'm thankful that people say that about me, but that's why I wouldn't necessarily consider myself the best. I love that level of humility from Seth. I love that openness and that honesty that he said. And speaking of honesty, it seems like everybody that played with Crim Six over the last couple of years has made a video mentioning getting yelled at. Dashy and TJ did an Optic Gaming video about getting yelled at. Scump mentioned it in this video today about getting yelled at. And the one thing I want to say is getting yelled at because, and I'm not saying this about Seth, but getting yelled at because you're late for practice all the time. I mean, what do you expect a team leader to do? And Krim doesn't really know another way of being, is this whole getting yelled at thing. And that level of honesty, but that just breeds into the rivalry that is going to be created. And Seth made sure to solidify that rivalry between the Dallas Empire and the Chicago Huntsmen when he says in this video, he says, "Yeah, we've been handedly beating most teams except for one." And the guy with the camera was like, "Well, which team is that?" And he said, "Well, the Empire, but nobody likes them anyway. They just talk too much and they're cocky." And I was like, "Ooh." I'm not like a fan of drama, like I've never wanted my channel to be like drama alert. I wanted it to be Call of Duty esports news and updates. However, the E-Classico is back. H versus H, Hector versus Hastro is back already. We haven't even started franchising. And these two teams are already the juggernauts that are going to be looking at to go against each other. Everybody's talking about FaZe Atlanta. A lot of people think they're the best team right now just based on scrims and how they're playing online. And they are frying. Those guys are frying. I mean, goodness. It's like watching the Golden State Warriors when they started their rise before they started winning championships. They weren't winning championships, but they were frying. And these guys are frying on FaZe Atlanta. However, all eyes are on the Huntsmen and the Empire, on Hastro and Hex. And both of these men are two of the most respected team owners in the history of Call of Duty esports. You know what? I'm not even going to say two of the most. They are the most respected owners in the history. And I love that they have they have this like open admittance that they've always been beefing with each other in a good way that makes them just work harder and try more. And Scump went to one, Krim went to the other. And this is gonna be the year where we get to see is Krim gonna do his thing and rise up and get 40 chips, or is Scump gonna be like, I'm the GOAT, I am the GOAT. Yeah, Damon has 3 championships. Yeah, Krim has 30 something championships, but I'm Scumpy. This is exciting. Like when Hex says he wants to be the most entertaining team, bravo. Bravo. I love how he's always asked for transparency out of his players, and he's always pushed the envelope and pushed the envelope and pushed the envelope. And he's good about holding some things to the chest and keeping some things secret, but he's always been like, no, we're gonna let that be seen. We're gonna say that. We're gonna let people see some of the emotion that comes into Call of Duty. That's why I love Call of Duty esports. That's why I consider myself an esports analyst. And I really don't want to talk about any other esports because I love the emotion that comes with Call of Duty esports. There's just something about it that I love. And I am so looking forward to this year. Before I get out of here, though, and ask you guys about your comments, I do want to say, Gunless, you're right. Gunless in the video, the end of the video features Alec, Arcides, and Gunless. And Gunless said, he's like, people would love to cheer for other people for the most part because I'm kind of a mystery. People don't really know me because I keep to myself. This is true. Gunless, in my opinion, is the Kawhi Leonard of Call of Duty esports. He's great, and we know he's great. We know he's good. We know he's going to win championships. We know he's going to fry. We know he's one of the best players. You don't want to see him on the sticks, but that's all you know about him. Like this guy, he just keeps to himself. And I'm very happy that he's building this friend relationship. And again, this is just the genius of Hector. This whole thing of pulling people together and building a family and building a unit. And Gunless said, that Arcides is one of his best friends, and he loves that he gets to live with one of his best friends. And for Arcides, the first team that he's ever been on without his brother Preston, without Pristini. But he has someone else that he's building relationship with and that he's going to be close to. So he's going to feel like it's home. And Alec, Arcides, congratulations, bro. Like GG's on what you've done for your physical health and what you've done for yourself, and on being open and honest about how you felt like you didn't want to really go to events and you didn't want to be seen in public because you weren't comfortable with who you are. And I just want to applaud you for doing something about it. The rest of us, we've always been comfortable with who you are and how you look like that because you fry, you're a great player, but for you to see something personally about yourself, that's what, when I use the hashtag let's grow, that's what it's all about. It's all about that. It is all about personal growth and us growing together as a community. And I hope that everybody can applaud Arcides for what he's doing for himself. This team, it's going to be epic. This series, the campaign, look at the words above my head. Watch it. This is not something to be missed. I am so excited to see what the Chicago Huntsmen do this year, what they do in this campaign, and how they do in a few weeks at the season opener in Minnesota on January 24th through the 26th. Let me know in the comments below, how do you guys think the Huntsmen are, what is their placement? What do you think their placement is going to be at that event? What are you looking forward to, and what did you think of the campaign today? Nevertheless, this is your boy Kingdom, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.